And that makes it a little easier too.
They got foot sweeps and hand fighting. I'll probably start with how I hand fight. When I hand fight, I kind of like break it into like two different segments. Get it positioning and then control that. So like I never really want to be locked in here. It's kind of even. Nobody really has any control. And a lot of the stuff I do there is like small, but it'll give me an edge. Controls. I basically want to control either this half of his body or this half of his body with my tie-ups. A lot of guys when they tie up, they'll tie up and they'll control the arm, but they won't control the body. An arm can move. Once you're locked into his body, I want his body and my body to be like the same. So if I lower my level, I want to pull him down with me. If I go right, he's coming with me. So the first tie-up that I like to show is my series off of Russian tie or 2-on-1. And I get it a lot. I'm an upper weight, and guys like the collar tie, and they like to be ear to ear. So I want to get out of there and put myself at an edge, kind of not be neutral with it. So if I'm tied up ear to ear, nothing's really going well. I'm just gonna make some space, and as I make space, just nonchalantly, my neck's gonna get small. I'm just gonna pull my shoulder in to my ear. All right, when I do that, I'm just gonna take this hand and pin it to my chest. Now, pretty much upper body wise, my arm's job is done. I see guys when they do this, they take the arm off, and their movements are too much. So when I'm in here, my neck's just gonna get small, just like that, enough to pin his arm to my chest. Now everything else is gonna be done by rotation. I'm just gonna turn, and as I turn, his arm's gonna come off. Now, my neck gets small, pin this down, and it comes off. Now, in a 2-on-1, this hand is done. All this does is secure it to my body. This is the important hand. This is the hand that controls it. I want my shoulder on top of his shoulder, so if I move, I'm kind of controlling his whole body. I'm locked in here. So I'm really controlling this part of his body. So from a tie-up, my neck's gonna get small, this is gonna pull off, and I'm here. And this, like I said, this hand, a lot of guys teach here, some people teach here. To me, this is all preference. The most important thing is to control the shoulder. With this hand under his armpit and my shoulder on top of his shoulder. So everything after this is just preference, however you guys feel more comfortable. So the first attack I'm gonna show is I'm just gonna step, and then with the important hand, I'm gonna pull his body weight over my leg. And that's gonna make him off balance. I'm gonna step in for a single leg. Now, just like I was controlling his upper body, with my shot, I want to control his lower body. I don't want to just get his leg. I want to attack his whole hip, so I'm controlling his torso. The same as I don't want to attack his arm, I want to control his torso. So I'm here, I'm going to step. So now I have his whole hip. He should feel real off balance. I'm using my head to push him back, and if I penetrate and lower my level, he might fall. But regardless if he goes down there, I have to switch off to a different finish. As soon as I commit to attacking, I want him to be as uncomfortable as I can. So the guy should feel real off balance. Pull off here, step. Here. It's real low risk for upper weight. My knees are pitching his leg. My shoulder, just as my shoulder was on top of here, his shoulder, what happens to his shoulder, is going to be on top of his hip. And other finishes from there. Take him that way. Drop back to his ankle. Spin it down, drive into it. But I don't want to sit there with the leg. As soon as I commit to attack, however I want to finish on him, he's got to be under the most difficult situation. As soon as he feels comfortable, that's when it's defended. Any questions?
With the lock, is that more for heavyweights, or is pretty much everybody now coming up rather than grabbing the wrist or the hand? Pretty much everybody's coming up on the form the way you're pinching it in.
That's how I do it.
Okay.
You know, some guys got here, you know what I mean? I've seen guys, some Greco guys, kind of rotate this and kind of cup it here as they come back underneath or do other techniques like that. For me, the most comfortable way is just pinning it here. Because this is an arm, I'm pin it with my chest, kind of arch. So now I can make my neck small, pull it off. And I feel like this is the most control I feel with. You know, the best way is how it's going to feel comfortable to your guys. Like your heavyweight or your 25-pounder might feel more comfortable here. You know, might feel more comfortable here. See guys do that. This part of the move is really immaterial. The only thing I could say is the important thing is to attack this body, not just his arm. If I have his arm could move. You know, his body, he can stay comfortable. I have to do a big movement. But if I attack his body, he's a lot more uncomfortable, unstable. You know, there's not a lot of play. So that's why I prefer this. You know, but any way you like it, it's all right. You know, as long as you attack this body and move it. Any other questions there?
That little outside step, are you trying to trip a little? Or?
Yeah, I'll show that trip. I like to step behind him.
Like knee behind knee?
Almost knee behind knee. If you can step knee behind knee, that's better, you know? Because you're pulling him over this thigh. Kind of basically what I want is to use this hand to make this body go like this. So when I penetrate, I'm already going through him. You know what I mean? If I'm shooting into him, if he's just here, and I'm shooting into him, I have to like take his body and take it this way. You know, if I could create that as I'm going, it's going to be easy for me to run through him. Especially in freestyle, I see a lot of guys hit this move, and they might just run out of bounds if they have a good lead, you know, for a one-point push-out. But in Scholastic, you're going to want to take down. So I really want to thread this through almost. Not so dramatic where it's like this. You know, like where you see guys do. You know, it's not a dramatic pull through, just as subtle enough to make him uncomfortable. Finish. You can hit a double leg from there. If he squares up, he's kind of in a square stance, and I feel it, I can step through and lock here, and then penetrate through. Once you lock those hips in, it's similar to the single leg. I said now there's even less chance of him defending. Because you're going to pull those feet off and dump him in head position. You know what I mean? And that in freestyle with the 3. It's Scholastic. You look for near fall, you know, bend and stuff. So from here, my single leg, here, this head's real important. Pulling him uncomfortable. And it's the same movement for the double leg. Except you're pulling both legs out. You're running through them. All right. Another attack that I like to hit from a tie up is